Hello and welcome to another edition of Conspirator Brock's Pull List. This is my pull list for the week of March 29th, 2017. It is a little bit late this week due to just a lot of stuff going on Tuesday and me being tired as hell and not being able to get a chance to record until very late on Wednesday night. So I do apologize for the delay, but I'm here, and so let's get right into it. First up, we have the Booster Gold and the Flintstones special. A bunch of these are going to start coming out. I actually picked up the variant cover, which is the Jurgens cover, so because I liked it a lot better than the main cover. But yeah, looking forward to reading that. Love Booster Gold and the Flintstones. Next up, we have Divinity 3 number 4. This continues the Stalinverse stuff. I don't know if this is the final one. It might be. Divinity only seems to run about 4 issues, but I've been loving the Stalinverse stuff. Next up, we have Generation Zero number 8. For the most part, Generation Zero is okay. I don't know if it's something I would highly recommend to people. It's just kind of an okay read. Yeah. Next up, we have the Green Lantern Space Ghost Hanna-Barbera special. This is the Doug Mahnke cover. This is the variant cover. I didn't actually like the regular cover, so I picked up the variant on this one. Next up is a book that's been very, very delayed, but finally out, and that's Harley's Little Black book number 6, featuring Lobo. So, curious to see what that interaction is going to entail. And Lobo's in another book this week, and that is Justice League of America number 3. I've enjoyed the issues we've gotten so far, so I'm looking forward to diving into issue 3. Next up, we have the Kumandi Challenge number 3. This is the variant cover for it, so I decided to grab this. The main cover was okay, but I've been getting a lot of variants, and I wasn't really completely sold on the main cover. Maybe I'll go back and pick it up, but who knows. Next up, we have Lazarus number 26. Rucka's slow-paced, or not necessarily slow-paced, but slow-moving book, Lazarus, but it's really, really good stuff. So I can't wait to see what happens in that. I think Lazarus is probably a better read in trades, but for the most part, you don't get very much out of Lazarus in just single-issue stuff. So yeah. Next up we have Ninjak. What number is this? 25. Ninjak kicks the big 2-5. Continues the 7 Blades of Master Dark story arc. Ninjak has just been a really solid title from Valiant. So yeah, I'm keeping going with it. Next up is another Rucka book that's out this week from Image, and that's The Old Guard number 2. The first issue is pretty interesting, so I'm curious to see where it goes with issue 2. Next up is Outcast number 26. Again, this is Robert Kirkman's fun little book about possession and stuff like that. Yeah, we shall see where that goes. But Outcast is one of those ones that, again, reads a little bit slower, but it's still a good read. Next up, we have the Suicide Squad and the Banana Splits. This is the special for Suicide Squad and the Banana Splits from the Hanna-Barbera stuff. This is actually the regular cover. I got both, so you'll see the variant later. But yeah, looking forward to seeing these team-up books with the DC characters and the Hanna-Barbera characters. Next up is Titans number 1. Or sorry, not number 1, annual number 1. Apparently they're going up against the Justice League, so I'm curious to see how that transpires. That's pretty much it for the pull list. I did grab a couple variants. The first one was for Justice League of America number 3, and it's a Doug Mahnke cover right there. And I did get the other one for Suicide Squad and the Banana Splits. So, yeah. 2 trades came out this week that I picked up that I wanted, and that was... First one is Astonishing Ant-Man, The Trial of Ant-Man. This is volume 3 from Nick Spencer's run on Ant-Man. I believe this finishes up the Ant-Man stuff of his. So, yeah, I'm really excited to have that. Most likely they'll release some omnibus with all the old series and then this one, and I'll be like, damn it, but that's okay. And then Invincible number 23 came out. Full House is the name of this volume. Invincible is going to be ending pretty soon. I just read it in trade, but I really, really enjoy it. It's kind of a superhero, kind of spoofy kind of thing, but really it still has a serious tone to it, so I really enjoy that. Previews did come out this week. So you might want to grab your April 2017 issue 343 of previews. I've already looked through it, and there's a couple things I want to get out of this. But yeah, if you want to pre-order anything, grab a previews or go to previews. I think it's previewsworld.com, and you can find their online catalog and stuff like that. There's also a freebie this week from Marvel, going through some of the apparently X-Men stuff, the Resurrection Spotlight. So if you're curious about what's going on with Marvel's X-Men and stuff, check that out. I did get a statue this week, which hopefully I will be able to do an unboxing video soon, and that is the Bombshell Flash. This is the Jesse Quick Bombshell. So yeah, I've already technically opened it because we've had some problems with damages coming in for statues at the shop, but this one is okay, so hopefully I'll be able to do a nice unboxing video for you and have it up this week. But really nice statue, so I can't wait to do it. So that's pretty much it for the stuff I got. Now onto the read list. These are again titles that I read to stay current and caught up on a lot of different titles, since there's tons of stuff out there. First up we have Adam Strange and Future Quest, the DC Hanna-Barbera thing. I didn't actually pick it up because despite it being Andrenko writing, I'm not a big fan of the Future Quest book. I do like Adam Strange, so I'm torn with this one. So I'm going to read it, check it out. If I like it, I'll pick it up. But other than that, no. Next up we have Dark Knight 3, The Master Race, big title. This is number 8. Hopefully this will finish soon. Yeah, again, I think some books, when they're delayed and they're a big kind of book, it kind of sucks. Dark Knight 3 is kind of separate from everything else in DC right now, so I don't think it's too big of a deal. But again, the delay does hurt the book somewhat. Next up we have Infamous Iron Man number 6. Dr. Doom is prancing around, not really prancing, but just kind of being Iron Man in his own right. It's okay. I enjoy it for the most part, so we'll see how 6 goes. Next up are 2 books, issue 1 and issue 2. They're from Vault publisher, and the book is called Heathen. It's apparently gotten some buzz, so I'm going to check this book out to see what it's all about. And so this is issue 1, and this is issue 2. So I'm going to check these out and see if they're any good. If they're good, I'm going to pick them up. Next up we have Old Man Logan in number 20. Jeff Lemire's still writing, so I'm still excited to see what it is. It's not Sorrentino art, but oh well. Next up is Thanos number 5. Again, Jeff Lemire's still writing it, so I'm still going to check it out. It's been good so far, so we'll see how far it goes. That's pretty much it for this week's read list. I did grab a couple titles, backlog stuff that I haven't been able to had a chance to read. Book 3 of the Dead Man stuff. Wanted to finish that up with book 3. Last week there was Extraordinary X-Men number 20. So I wanted to check that out before it goes away. Hulk 4 came out, but we didn't have a copy of 3, but we got one in, so I'm going to read Hulk 3 and 4. So I enjoyed the first 2, so we'll just see how it goes. This is not a Champions book. This is Invincible Iron Man. What number is this? Number 5. So yeah, I enjoy Riri Williams, but I really think it should just be called Ironheart. Also in last week was Star Trek and the Green Lanterns. This is Stranger Worlds number 4. So we'll see what happens in that. I've been enjoying that one so far. And finally, last week was Star Wars Darth Maul number 2. So I had enough, so I grabbed one to read that. So that's it for this week's pull list. Again, I apologize for the delay. Just a busy guy. Last night we did record episode 303 of the Comics Conspiracy podcast. You can check that out at www.geekbox.com. You can also help me and my fellow conspirators out through Patreon at www.patreon.com/comicsconspiracy. And for as little as $1 a month, you help us with hosting and other stuff with maintaining the podcast, getting food, and even getting some product. And we do appreciate all of our Patreon backers. Thank you very much. You can follow me on Twitter. My handle is @BrockSager. What else? I normally have like so much else, but I'm long day today. So, yep, that's pretty much it. If you are in the Bay Area, California Bay Area, that is San Francisco, San Jose, East Bay, it was Oakland, even as north as Napa. Not Napa, but yeah, pretty much. We are having our annual sale, semi-annual sale at Comics Conspiracy. April 7th, 8th, and 9th. This is the nice little flyer there we have for it. We have a ton of comics that are going to be 50 cents outside. All back issues are going to be 50% off. All toys and statues are 25% off. All new and used graphic novels are 25% off, and all current comics are 25% off. That will not include next week's books, but it does include current books that are on the current wall. So if you're in the Bay Area and you are like, ooh, sale, come on down, check us out. I will be working on Saturday the 8th. So come on down. You can get more information at comicsconspiracy.biz, and that's the website for the comics shop I work at. Pretty much it. I think I'm going to go. I got a bunch of stuff still got to do. I got to walk the lovely dog. So yeah. So thanks again for watching, and as usual, I will see you next week.